Earth, a planet alive, its seas breathing, and every drop of water an explosion of life. Something amazing is happening in the waters surrounding Corsica, in the magical Mediterranean Sea. Is it a migration of fin whales, these delightful monk seals, or the majestic loggerhead sea turtle? No, we're looking for something larger. Ah, there it is. A massive phytoplankton bloom, one of nature's wonders, forming the foundation of our living world. Welcome to the Pelagos Sanctuary, a place where the great creatures of the Mediterranean call home, and where scientists are studying the massive impact that these tiny plant-like creatures have on our living world. Phytoplankton are tiny, plant-like organisms that live in our oceans and seas. Just like plants on land, they use sunlight to make energy through a process called photosynthesis. This makes them what we would call primary producers, or the base of the ocean's food web. Phytoplankton are important because they feed many ocean creatures and also help recycle carbon dioxide, turning it into the oxygen we need to breathe. In fact, they make about half of the world's oxygen. When conditions are just right, like enough sunlight and nutrients, phytoplankton rapidly reproduce and create what is known as a bloom. These blooms can grow so large that they can even be seen from space. Marine biologists have found that blooms are not just random events. They are key signs of the ocean's health. Healthy blooms mean a balanced ecosystem, but changes in when they happen or how strong they are can ripple through the entire food web. If something affects the blooms, it can impact all of the sea life that depend on them, and it might even change the blooms themselves in the future. That's why studying and keeping track of these blooms is so important. In the Pelagos Sanctuary, with its deep and rich marine habitats, these blooms are critical for supporting its incredible biodiversity. Understanding the blooms helps scientists know how to protect this special place. Recently, marine biologist Francesca Grossi and a team of researchers embarked on a mission to uncover the mysteries of these blooms. They focused on the period between 2008 and 2022 to find out how factors like climate change and environmental conditions are affecting bloom patterns, timing, and strength. These scientists chose 2008 as the starting point because, around that time, new satellite technology made it easier to monitor changes in the ocean more accurately. This technology let them track daily changes in the phytoplankton's size and health by measuring a substance called chlorophyll A. Phytoplankton contain a lot of chlorophyll A, which is what makes them green and helps them use sunlight to make energy. By measuring chlorophyll A levels, scientists can figure out how big the blooms are and how they change over time. The researchers studied 5 different areas in the Pelagos Sanctuary, which include underwater mountains and deep canyons. They didn't just look at chlorophyll A, they also measured things like sea temperature and rainfall to better understand the conditions that make blooms happen, or not. The study found that the timing and size of the blooms can show how healthy the sea is. When blooms happen as expected, it's a good sign for the ecosystem. Unfortunately, the researchers discovered that, since 2008, the blooms have become weaker and more unpredictable. Sometimes they start at unusual times, and sometimes they aren't as strong as they used to be. These changes suggest that something in the environment is shifting. The study points out that climate change might be one reason for these strange patterns, affecting even the smallest but most vital parts of our ocean's ecosystem. This study shows that changes in phytoplankton blooms could mean trouble for the future of our oceans. Since phytoplankton are at the center of the ocean's food web and help produce the oxygen we breathe, protecting them is pretty important. Our crack team of marine biologists gave the Pelagos Sanctuary a health checkup by studying 14 years of satellite data. They found that the changes in the phytoplankton blooms could be linked to climate change, showing us how important it is to keep an eye on even the smallest part of our oceans. This study reminds us that protecting tiny ocean organisms like phytoplankton could be the key to protecting the whole ocean and our planet. Learn more about the Pelagos Sanctuary and how to support marine conservation efforts in the Mediterranean by visiting the Pelagos Sanctuary website or the WWF Mediterranean Initiative. Links in the description.